Hey folks, this is ioEther. I'm back with some more World of Tanks. As you can see, this is Biop in his Hellcat. This is a tier 7 game on Malnovka. And I'm back. I'm really sorry. Is how this is gonna start. I have been, I'm not gonna say deathly sick or something like that, because that's an obvious over exaggeration. But I've been bad. This has not been a good week. We're gonna pause this for a second. I've had a horrible throat, and a bad cough, and that is a horrible combination for trying to record videos, and it just hasn't happened. I'm not even certain I'm going to be able to get through today's video, without a ton of editing to try and make myself look more or less fine. If you see giant jump cuts during this video, I'm sorry. It will be because I am trying not to die, or feeling like I'm trying not to die anyway. I will be drinking a ton of water because it's the only way my throat can survive. And yes, it's ice water because, again, surviving. So I'm sorry for all that. I'll try and cut out as much of it as I can. I'll try and make this video as smooth as possible. However, I'm very definitely still sick. And this video is going to take longer than normal. And I'm sorry I couldn't do one until today. I'm also sorry I didn't tell you guys, and I meant to, and I swear I meant to. One of the things is when I get sick is one of the few times I get headaches. And when I get headaches, I tend to forget important things. Because it just happens so rarely to me. And unlike you unlucky people who get to deal with migraines and think, oh, a headache is nothing. I only deal with headaches when I'm sick, and so I just forget what it's like until I have one, and then I curl up on the floor and try not to feel like my head's gonna explode until it goes away. And so that is that. Today we have a Hellcat game. This used to be one of my favorite tanks until they murdered it. It's still pretty good, but it used to be amazing. It used to be a medium tank with a tank destroyer gun on it and a great turret. And now it's just a fast tank destroyer with a gun and something that resembles a turret. This thing no longer performs and acts like it used to. It makes me sad. But all that being said, just going to get into the game. He's already doing some great defense. And, I mean, as long as they're going to sit there, we're just going to go ahead and take advantage of that. We are in a platoon with Valorn? I'm sorry if I'm messing up your names. It's not on purpose. The sickness doesn't help any. LLC Rambo. Is that Limited Liability Corporation Rambo? Because if it is, that is awesome, by the way. So we looking up here for this shot on the STRV. He's gonna be able to. Ooh, I feel like that hit something else. That should have gone in. It didn't even connect by the looks of it. So I feel like we're gonna get a shot on the end screen. This is not gonna look like one we took, because I feel like he hit somebody else with that shot. Of course, you can't tell until you get to the end screen. Ooh, nice shot on the T-43. He didn't quite lead that enough, but it did still connect. And really, at the end of the day, that is the important part. Oh, God. That's unfortunate. Very likely he would have missed that, except I think the shell flew high and skipped over both targets, which is just annoying when that happens. He's looking for the back of this T-25/2, but I don't think he's going to find it. I think the T-25 has realized the danger and is pressing more forward than it's falling back. This may be a good time to start pressing across this bottom here and try and get up into this location so you can get some cross shots as they start to fall back. Especially with that TOG over there. Going to get some great shots on the TOG. Ooh, look at that. We can actually snipe the back of the T-25/2 if we push up far enough and now falling back to make sure that we don't get hit in return. It looks like... Oh, I was thinking that our ally was going to get that shot, but either he couldn't find it, or was reloading, or it fired at something else. Sorry for the cough just then, or the whatever that was. That clearing of the throat. Yeah, it's the only way I'm going to be able to get through this, and I'm sorry. I will try and cut those out. We'll have to see if I can find that one again. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely the time you want to be pushing across this gap. There aren't any other targets left to be shooting at from here. You aren't going to get anything to shoot at unless they make a concentrated push in the field. Oh, the Chunukai is over there. That's unfortunate. Oh, he's actually going the high route. Instead of choosing to take the low route, get into the nice go-down position down here, he's actually going up on this high route, so he actually will have more of an overview of the situation. It's not a bad strategy. If you are fast, you can do this. The only problem is you end up kind of chasing the fight a little bit. Whereas if you were... where's my cursor? I swear I'm... Yep, okay. If you were over here, you would have been already in the fight kind of thing. You just have to play that a bit more aggressive from up top. Rather than down below. You can play a bit more defensively. Unfortunately, he gets hit by a T-67, and he's taken a lot of fire from this T-67. He does... I don't know. I don't like this move. I don't like the running across the open ground. You're already taking fire from the T-67. You were able to bounce some of it. The best thing to do would have been to get into this bush and wiggle back and forth. You would have taken some fire, of course, but eventually the fire would have stopped as it would have lost sight of you. Oops, that's the wrong button. And then you could have just, got yourself into a spot where it didn't know where you were and waited to shoot from there. I don't like this move either. Running away from the fight with a T-67 is dangerous, because that thing can hit you for... Oops. Oh, my brain's all here, I swear. It's really not. See, I mean, it's doing over 100 damage per shot. You only have 232 health left. That means 3 shells, or maybe just 2 shells if it gets lucky, and you're going to be out of this fight again. You got to be really careful when you're running away from those enemies, especially if they have the possible lines of sight on you as you're leaving. It's a really great way to die for no good reason, and nobody wants that. T-34A5 is unleashed in our back lines. Attempts the one shot, obviously misses it. Unfortunately, our ally did go down at some point. Rambo was killed, probably by that same T-34 actually. And so, if he parks up here, he lets his cabinet and binocs come up. He should be nigh on invisible and should be able to see pretty good through those trees. But we're not going to be able to see him apparently. So that means we got to let this Sherman come in and do some scouting for us. Come on, Sherman. Get in there. Do some scouting. Now, hopefully the Sherman doesn't know what's going on, because the T-34A5 can definitely one-shot the Sherman. But we need the Sherman to go in there so we don't die, because, they're just meat shields. We're the ones that matter, right? And yes, this is how I play tanks. I use my team as meat shields every single game. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like our team's going to go in there. It doesn't look like the enemy team's coming out anytime soon. Val over there has full health. So if anybody was going to push in, it should be Val. Now, the real issue I have is the fact that there's still an enemy T-29 loose somewhere. And I think that is probably the last time it was spotted. I don't think that's the artillery dot. So that's probably where the T-29 was last spotted. T-29 is going to do one of two things. It can either charge up here and get to this location right here, which is extremely strong for a T-29, by the way. Or it can go up and over that hill, which is also extremely strong for a T-29, by the way. So if that as long as it doesn't come in by the open field down here, we're going to have a problem with wherever that T-29 pops up. Because if the T-29 parks on this side of the ridge, we're not going to see anything but the turret, and no one is equipped here to deal with the turret of a T-29. If it comes down from the hill, then he's going to have the high ground, and we're not going to see anything but a turret, and that's going to be worse. So we're really hoping the T-29 is dumb and does one of two things. It either stays back here and guards this rock over here, or it walks across the open field. If it does either of those two things, we'll be okay. It doesn't look like it's going to be up on the hill, or it probably would have been there by now, and it doesn't look like it's coming to sit on this ridgeline, otherwise we would have spotted it by now. So that's good. Now I don't know what health the T-29 is on. It's possible that he's almost dead and is cowering in the back because of that. If he's on more than half of his health though, this is going to get iffy, and that's one that you want to pull out some gold rounds. There's only 4 in the tank though. I wasn't paying attention. We may have been firing on this game. Whoops. I didn't see the T-34A5 until just now. That's my brain. I'm sorry. Fast forwarding for the T-29, and I missed that T-34A5 play. I'm sorry. Though we baited him into our line of sight, so we spotted him and killed him. And we're fast forwarding again because I don't want to sit here forever. My brain's going to mush as it is. As you guys can tell. Okay, so the E-25 is trying to get us a scout. Looks like Artie already knows where we are. Either we are spotted by that T-34A5 as we killed him, or something else occurred and we got up, or at least maybe knocked a tree down or something, and that artillery is just dropping shells. Now, this is a long way. I don't think we have time to do the long way, so this may lead to some sketchy parts in the end, but going the long way is not necessarily the best plan, especially when there's only 3 minutes left on the clock, and you really want this to be a win. Oh, there's the T-29. He is in fact walking across the open field. He has more than half of his health left, but thankfully he's walking across an open field, so obviously slowing that back down. We tracked him in place. The second shot more than likely retracked him. It did, and our friend in the A Panther kills him. Dead T-29. That is significantly good. That increases our chances of winning this a ton. Now the E-25 needs to come down from the hill and needs to scamper through here and see about killing the artillery. This J Panther needs to move up to here or here and look at focusing on the T-67, and we need to start a pincer move over here. T-67 has good sight lines, but a sprint across there is probably going to succeed, and something as quick as the Hellcat, because of the fact that it is actually quite quick. It's small and maneuverable, and with our turret facing towards the enemy, it doesn't present a huge target. The Sherman 3 is not going to be able to make this rush, however, so Sherman should be setting up somewhere in these bushes for a clean shot on the T-67. And, okay, one of the 3 things I said need to happen is actually happening. We are in fact pushing up. Good. However, our ally needs to push up. And it doesn't look like he's gonna, but from that spot, he is next to useless if we encounter something back here. He can't see it, so he's going to be blind firing at whatever we encounter back here. This is going to be a problem if we encounter anything at all. Even the artillery. If we miss a shot, it's possible for the artillery to turn shotgun us. We need support, but our support is so far away. Oh look, they finally found their courage. It's a bit late, but thanks. Okay. So pushing in, looking for the shot on that T-67. Still, I don't remember if we have 6 cents. Oh, there's the 67. 67 has to die It is the most important. Auto-locking onto it, I'm perfectly fine with that because of the fact that at the end of the game, your nerves start to get to you, and you want to make sure that shot does in fact connect. And with 39 seconds left in the game, these guys finally pull it off, and they all win. Good job. Now, that is why we need to push up earlier. So if we'd pushed up the J-Panther, or the J-Panzer, to here earlier, then we would have known the T-67 was here because he probably would have got shot. And getting shot would be perfectly fine. He may have been able to pull back and stay up here, or whatever. The E-25 would have been a bit more sneaky coming down through here. But either way, we would have known where the T-67 was, and it would have made it a lot less dangerous for the Sherman and Biop and the Hellcat to push around the side. But if you're on full health, you really need to be using that health near the end of the game. Ending a game on full health while your allies are getting lower and lower isn't good. It's called being dumb and not playing this game as effectively as you should be. Especially if, I don't care if you're not going to sacrifice hit points for teammates, because teammates tend to do stupid things a lot. But at least sacrifice health points for allies and platoon mates who are, doing the right things and trying to win you the game, because letting them die or getting really close to dying is not helpful, especially when you have decent armor and full health. Okay? Just remember that. Overall, though, this was a great game, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Biop, for sending it in. Can't wait to see your next game. I'll see you all later. Oh, no. Wait. I have a battle report to talk about, don't I? It's been too long, and my brain is still addled, apparently. We'll jump over and see the battle reports, and I'll cough and take a drink and do some maintenance on this sickness in the meantime. I'll see you there. Master Badge, First Class. We have a Bruiser, Fire for Effect, and a High Caliber. This was a great game. I really enjoyed it. Chaffee. We didn't shoot at Chaffee. That was the shot on the STRV that disappeared. $10 says that's what happened. Because I don't remember shooting at Chaffee. Does anyone else remember shooting at Chaffee? Or is that the shot that I'm actually thinking of on the STRV that vanished into thin air? Somebody will check back through the game and tell me if I'm right. You guys can do it much easier than I can, by the way. So, good job. And thank you to anybody who puts that in the comments. 2,400 damage dealt. In a tier 6 game, that's a lot. Heck, I'd be happy with that in a tier 10 game. Though I prefer more like 3,000, but still. In a tier 6 game, tier 7 game, sorry. In tier 6 tank and a tier 7 game, that is more than enough to be thankful about. Well done. Enemy team doesn't come close to that. T-67 doing the best on the enemy team and being invisible for most of that game. Well done. And props, of course. 17 shots fired. Everything that hit connected and went in. Well done. And overall, just a great game. Thank you so much, Biop, for sending this in. Thank you all for watching it. I'm sorry again for the sickness. Hopefully tomorrow this will get better and better and better as we go. And thank you all for watching. I said that right, didn't I? Have a great day. This is ioEther out.